Good evening and welcome to this session. Welcome, Vaibhav. Thank you for giving us this time again to share.
Thank you so much. Namaste.
You're also live on Facebook, so I'm going to share the link here soon as well.
Thank you.
We are a little bit early in time, but yeah, we can start in another 3 minutes. In the meantime,
sure.
I hope everyone.
Is my voice clear?
Yes, it's clear.
I'm just checking the. Okay, thank you.
I hope everyone is well, and I'm going to take this opportunity to invite you all to also share with us other topics you'd like us to take up during our sessions. So please feel free to let us know what are the topics you'd like to hear on. And this, of course, session is open to all. And as I said, we are also streaming it live on Facebook. So you can invite more and more friends to watch it. The video will be there to watch even later on. Okay? I can see a few familiar faces. Hi, Prabha. How are you? I can see Padma, Tarika. Nice to see you all. Also, the session is open to all. As I said, it's also open to non-pranic healers. You can invite others. I'm just going to be putting the link here for the Facebook live stream. So you can invite your friends to watch it. And that's the link. You can invite others to watch it as well. Vaibhav, it is 7:30. We can start.
Thank you. Just a minute. I'm just putting my mobile phone in the silent mode. Yes, good evening to all of you. Once again, a warm welcome on this session on letting go of the past so that you can move on to the future. Okay, so I thank Nina for hosting this session. My name is Vaibhav. I'm one of the Pranic Healing instructors. I started Pranic Healing about 20 years ago. I'm a full-time Pranic Healer, a lawyer by qualification, but I don't practice law, completely into Pranic Healing. So I teach Pranic Healing workshops in India, in Israel, and Africa. Okay, that's my quick introduction. So welcome again on this session on letting go. Okay, so which is a very important topic for today, because a lot of psychological problems or relationship problems originate because of this. Okay, so let's try to understand that. I'll share my screen quickly. Okay, just give me a minute. So I hope you can all see this. Oops. Okay, so let go of the old to make a way for the new. Now, a lot of people, they get stuck due to two main things. Okay, so we always think that we get stuck with bad things, but also some people get stuck with good things. So people think that, okay, good things are anyway good because, you know, it gives nice feelings to you. but I have a different answer for that. So that is one thing. Now also some people get stuck with the bad memories. Now how does good memories actually affect you? Now sometimes what happens is, you always compare your childhood or something that you had in the past to the present. For example, some people say that I was very happy in this particular profession, and because they have changed the job, they always compare the present profession to the past profession, and they start saying that that was good, and they don't enjoy the present. Or sometimes people talk about the olden days, like when they were in college. Of course most of us enjoy that, and of course as you grow older in life, you tend to compare that and you say, okay, this is not good, but the past was good. Okay, sometimes people compare uh, their girlfriend to their wife or something like that. They always think about the past and they don't value the present. Yeah, so that is getting stuck with good memories. Now we also have something called as stuck with bad memories. Something happened in the past and the person keeps thinking about that, and they don't see any good things that is happening in the present. Okay, so this letting go of the past is an extremely important thing to actually move to the future or start accepting things that are at the present or planning for the future. Okay, so that's why this is important. Now, why do we get stuck? If you try to understand why do we get stuck either to the good memories or to the bad memories, I could think about the following reasons. Number one is ignorance of law of cycles. Okay, so there is something called as law of cycle. Have you heard of that? Okay, if not, I'll tell you about that. Now you should realize that everything around you will change. Okay, for example, the morning, the daytime will not be always permanent. It changes into night. Okay, again, the night is not permanent. It changes into the day. Okay, then we have seasons. For example, there is summer, there is winter, there is rainy season, there is also autumn. Okay, will it be the same throughout the year? No. Okay, so everything around us has a kind of cycle. Nothing is permanent. So it's a kind of illusion to think that everything will be same. So if you had, let's say, a very good childhood, don't expect that you'll be carefree even when you're an adult. Okay, something like that. So you need to accept that there is a law of cycle. So everything changes, cyclical. Yeah, that is number one. Number two, people always chase happiness. Okay, so what is chasing happiness? So sometimes the reason why I put that in the hyphen is because for them, happiness is something that they don't see in whatever they have. So they keep something, they always aim at a different level. For example, someone may have uh, a house, okay, or a comfortable flat, but they are not happy with that. They think that if I have, let's say, 3 flats, I'll be more happy. You understand? Or if you have a car which is comfortable, you always feel that, okay, my dream car is, let's say, an Audi or a BMW or something like that. So they always connect happiness to something higher or something that happens in the future. Okay, so they always chase that. So in this chase, what happens is that they don't really enjoy the present. Okay, so of course you all will be happy to achieve some of your targets, but what you do in the present is also equally important. For example, you go to let's say you have a plan, you have your tour, you have to reach your destiny. Okay, good. So you have a destiny, you want to go there, but how do you spend your travel time is also important. During the travel, if you get frustrated, if you get bored, then maybe when you go there, actually when you reach your destiny, you may not enjoy that because you're in a bad mood throughout the travel, something like that. So people always try to aim something higher, compete, compete throughout their life. And in fact, when they get that, they are not happy with that also. They always think of something else that comes in the future. So this chasing of happiness is something not really healthy. Okay, now it's good to have ambition, it's good to have goals in life, but you should also enjoy the present. You should also enjoy the path which you take to achieve that. Okay, something like that. Next is unrealistic attachments and expectations. Okay, sometimes people have unrealistic expectations. They think that everything should happen according to what I will or according to what I wish. Does that happen? Of course, there are many things that can happen, but there are many things that cannot happen also. Okay, so we always think that everything should be perfect. There is nothing called as perfection. Even in something that is called as perfect, there is some imperfections people can still find out. Okay, so something like that. So basically what it is uh, too much of attachments to something that happened, or some items or some relationship that they really like, and they are not able to release that. So also they expect certain people or certain situations or certain things to behave in the way they want. When something doesn't happen in that way, they start getting upset. There is a famous proverb that says roses have thorns. uh, so roses have thorns means everything good can also have something that is hurtful. Now people should be ready to accept both. So unrealistic expectation is they want the rose to be very, very soft. Of course it is soft, but it also has thorns. So we need to be realistic. Next is ignorance of the law of karma, or the law of cause and effect. Okay, so what is this? Now in all the religions they talk about this. Okay, maybe they don't use the word karma, but they always say that whatever we give or whatever we do to others, it will always come back to us. Okay, in fact in the olden days, when people had farming as the main occupation, they said what you sow is what you reap. The avatars and the prophets who came in the past, they said what you sow is what you reap. So just like a farmer sowing certain seeds to harvest certain crops, it is the same with good and bad deeds. So if someone has to expect certain things to happen, they have to sow the seeds. Without sowing the seeds, they will not be able to harvest anything. It's like you don't sow any seeds and you expect, let's say, papayas to grow by themselves or mangoes to grow by themselves. It's impossible. Or you sow papaya seeds and you expect a mango fruit to grow, which is not possible. So in the same way, if we want something, first we have to learn to give that. For example, if you want love, you have to show love to others. If you want, let's say, respect, you show respect to others. Okay, so without showing that, you cannot expect something that can happen. Sometimes we make this deal, we tell God that, Lord, if I get this, I will do this. Now instead of saying that, you can always do that first and request something later. You have to sow first. If you want to be prosperous, for example, you have to start doing charity. You cannot tell that I'll do charity when I get money. You understand? Something like that. So without sowing the seeds, you cannot expect something. So sometimes people expect certain things without doing anything about it. Okay, so and when something does not happen, they always get stuck. They get stuck and they don't move on. They always feel that, oh, nothing is happening in my life, nothing is happening in my life, but they don't do anything about that. Okay, next, certain people, they get stuck because they always walk around with a microscope. Now what is a microscope? Microscope means you look into small details. Okay, and they always compare that. For example, uh, let's say you go to a new house and you lived in an old house and you shifted to a new house, and you start comparing all the micro details, saying that, okay, this door is smaller, this door is like that, this color is like this, that color is like that. So the old house had something like this. So when that happens, when people start using a microscopic vision, I would call it as, so when they say that, they start seeing things that are not really important. Too many details sometimes spoils your happiness. Sometimes there are certain wrinkles in the shirt. You just have to ignore that. Okay, if you keep thinking about that, you cannot see what is happening now. Okay, so the point is, when you have this microscopic vision of certain things that happens around you, you will not really enjoy it. You'll always think that, oh, the past was better. Because what happens as we evolve, the microscope becomes clearer and clearer. 10 years ago, what you did not see, you will start seeing now. So you start seeing now, and you think that it never existed in the past. Actually, it was there in the past also, but we did not see, because our minds were not so sharp, or maybe we did not have an experience to see that. So what happens is we tend to see that and get stuck. Okay, next is poor self-esteem. People with poor self-esteem, they always get stuck with the past. Okay, they always feel that they are not good enough. And when they feel that they are not good enough in certain things, they always do things that makes them unhappy. If someone wants to reward them, they reject that. They say that, no, I'm not worth it. Why? Because they have this poor self-esteem. So when there's poor self-esteem, they don't see the present, they don't see the happiness, they always get stuck with the past. Okay, so they think that, okay, something was nice then, so it's not happening now, so I'm a bad person. So that is the problem. So when people constantly feel that they are not good enough, they actually destroy their own confidence, and they feel that the present is having more challenges compared to the past. So once the confidence level goes down, and you always feel that so many threats are coming towards you, and you are weak from inside, that is when the problem starts. Okay, so poor self-esteem also makes people get stuck in the past. They always feel that in the past they were good, or maybe they had a person who used to support them. For example, one of the parents, or let's say sibling, was supporting them. Okay, so they were good about that. Now the sibling might be traveling somewhere else. Okay, or the parent may pass away. So when that happens, because they don't have good self-image, they find it very difficult to stand on their own feet. They always feel that, oh, it was better if that person was still there. Okay, why? Because they feel supported. Now why do they want the support? Because they can't stand on their own feet. Why? Because poor self-esteem, they don't believe themselves. So you need to work on that. Okay, and the last one is lack of ownership in one's life. This is very, very common. Many people, they always see problems from outside. Okay, they don't realize that they need to do something to change it. Okay, just to give an example, now we have the scenario of COVID, right? So they always think that, okay, business is not happening, that is not happening, this is not happening. So they start saying that. Now once you start taking ownership of your life, you actually start seeing solutions to your problems. Okay, last week also I gave you this example. There was this person who was paralyzed. Okay, he was working and he was paralyzed. So during this time, he was supposed to stay in the house. So during that time, he started reading books. He started reading so many books that he finished all the books. After some time, he started borrowing books from students. Let's say a student passes to the next grade, he would borrow that book and he would read that book. So eventually, he developed lots of knowledge about the academics. Okay, and then slowly, one of his neighbors, he asked him if he can teach him a certain subject in the school. Because he had studied that book, he said, yeah, I can teach you that. And he did not take money. And what happened, that student was very impressed with his knowledge. So he told his friends. So then the friends joined. So he had more students now for the tuition. Then the word of mouth, it spread. A lot of students started coming to him. Okay, today I think he has about 1,000 students or something like that for his tuition. And they all pay some money for him. So that has become a huge income for him. So he was telling that people are getting frustrated for 2 months of quarantine or lockdown or seal down, and he had a quarantine for he had a lockdown for almost 5 years. because he was alone. He couldn't do anything, but he found out a solution for his life. Right now, he is very happy. He's prosperous. He's successful. He's knowledgeable. So sometimes, we don't take ownership. We always try to blame someone else for certain things that happens in our life. Okay, if we have a relationship challenge, we always think that, okay, the other party is not good. This is that, this is this. How about you do something for that? Okay, so it's something like that. So you need to start taking a responsibility of your life, look at the situation and try to solve it. Okay, everything has some kind of solution. Okay, sometimes you may not have a solution. Then what's the worst thing that can happen? So you prepare for that. And there are certain things that we are going to discuss in the further slides. Maybe that solutions might help you for the future. Okay, so these are some of the reasons I could actually find as to why people they start always thinking about the past and they get stuck in the past. Whether it's a good memory or a bad memory, that is different, but they get stuck with these reasons. Okay, so we'll go to the next slide. Now, what is the solution? Now, how to come out of the past? Okay, so there are some solutions that we can actually talk about. Number one, we need to understand, we need to have right kind of knowledge. What is right kind of knowledge? I spoke about law of cycle or the law of karma. So once you understand this, you start seeing things from a different perspective. For example, someone has a financial problem. So when someone suddenly the business goes down. So when someone understands the law of cycle, they understand that, okay, this is common. I cannot be on the top all the time. So there are downs also. You ask any successful business guy, they cannot be number one all the time. Bill Gates was number one time. He is no more number one now. Okay, but that doesn't destroy him from being happy. Okay, it doesn't stop him or something like that. So right knowledge is extremely important. So if something is not happening in your life as per your expectation, you think that, okay, right now it's time to rest or time to do something, time to relax. So after the day there is always night. So this law of cycle always keeps happening in all our life. We cannot be number one throughout our life. So when something goes down, we should realize that, okay, this is a dip. Fine. So let me relax. Okay. Now it should not be like you relax, tie your hand and do nothing about it. Okay. You need to do something for that. So you can actually use the law of karma to create your future. Okay. This is what our guru, Master Choa Kok Sui, he always spoke about that. Master Choa is, in fact, the founder of modern pranic healing and arhatic yoga. He always says that based whatever you are today is the result of your past actions. For example, if you are prosperous today, it means that you are charitable, you are helpful to people. Or if you are having a very healthy physical body, it means that number one, you help people who are sick or who are ailing, and number two, you also took good care of your body. You had healthy habits that came back to you as good health, something like that. So your fruits, for example, if you have a mango tree, you have a mango fruit in front of your house, it means that uh, there's a mango seed. It came from the seed. Okay, the tree cannot just grow by itself. It always comes from a seed. So in the same way, if something happens in your life, it means that, okay, there is a seed that has been planted, and because of that, this particular fruit is growing. Someone has, let's say, a relationship problem or a financial problem. So it means, okay, there is a seed that has been sown and that is coming back like this. Let's say we injure or say nasty things or do do certain things that are injurious to people. When we do that, it comes back to us as pain or diseases or relationship issues. So these relationship issues, instead of trying to blame the other person, we have to sit and meditate and try to correct ourselves. Okay, if there is a problem in your life, you should think that, okay, there is a problem in life, and okay, this is the seed. So what next? So what next? You have to sow the right seeds. So when you start sowing the right seeds, or when you start doing the right actions, you will always also harvest that. Just like the bad seeds give you bad fruits, the good seeds can also give you good fruits. Okay, so you need to start doing that. This is extremely important. So when you do that, your cycle is always evolving. Okay, I'll just show you how it grows. I just wanted to show that. Okay, for example, this is where you are. Okay, so there is a sudden dip in your business and you actually start doing a lot of charity. So suddenly what happens? You grow like that. Again, there will be a dip, but because you're doing charity, you go up. So if you see the graph, it goes always up. Okay, you may fall down, but you grow higher. You fall down, you grow higher, something like that. This is for people who use the law of karma or the law of cycle, who understand this and he starts doing the right things, they grow like that. For ordinary people, their life is always like that. It's almost the same. For some people who are very, very emotional, they overreact to situation. What for them, it goes like that, it goes down, they create more problems, it goes down, they think bad, again it goes down. Okay, it keeps going down because they start cursing, they start criticizing, they start saying things or abusing people, they get angry. So what happens based on their actions when they were here, they further go down, and they do something more bad, it further goes down. So it sometimes goes down. Okay, so we have to decide whether we want to grow like this or whether we want to keep our life like that, or we want to go like this. So it's all based on our reactions to certain situations. Okay, so you have to use the law of cycles or the law of karma for creating your future intelligently. Yeah, so that is one. So next point I was talking to you about was the law of forgiveness. Law of forgiveness. So what is this law of forgiveness? Lord Buddha said, don't drink poison and expect your enemy to die. Okay, so what is that? Let's say someone cheats us or does something nasty. We are the victims. So we lost something because of this person. And after that, we start thinking about this. Okay, so repeatedly we start thinking about that. And once we start doing that, we lose our happiness also. Because whenever something good happens, you tend to recollect, oh, this happened to me 2 years ago, 5 years ago, and you spoil it. Okay, so inability to let go of what happened in the past. Okay, so it's natural to get angry, it's natural to get upset, it's natural to get depressed sometimes, but how long you stay in that particular state of emotion decides what happens to you. So you need to let go gradually and you need to come out of that. So if there are people who have hurt you, so you have to forgive them. Okay, now forgiveness doesn't mean that you go say that, okay, I forgive you, I will accept whatever mistakes you're doing. You start doing that, you'll become doormats. Okay, so there are levels of forgiveness. There is something called as outer forgiveness and there is something called as inner forgiveness. So what is outer forgiveness? Someone does something, you just leave that. Okay, so if you just leave that, that is called as outer forgiveness. Now this is case to case basis only. You cannot do this to everyone. Why? For example, let's say the president of India, he has the power to forgive, right? Criminals. So he says, okay, I will forgive all the criminals. Whoever applies for mercy petition, I will forgive them. So what will happen? All the criminals, the rapists, the murderers, they will all apply for that. They will get forgiven. They come out of jail. Now that creates a problem. It leads to chaos. So outer forgiveness cannot be practiced on all the cases because it leads to chaos. What is more important is inner forgiveness. So when people start forgiving when people start forgiving from inside, what we call as inner forgiveness, they will start having inner peace. Okay, the pain, the bad memories attached, it starts to fade away. This is extremely important. So the act of inner forgiveness is very, very important. Okay, so would you like to try that? Or okay, we can do that later also, but anyway, we'll try this now. Okay, there are certain energy centers, we call them as chakras. Okay, I think some of you have heard of that. If you go to yoga or if you read any books, they talk about chakras. Chakras are basically energy centers, and they have physical and psychological functions in our body. Okay, so there are many chakras. We'll not go into those details, but right now for practicing forgiveness, there are two chakras that are important. Okay, so one is the heart chakra and the other one is the crown chakra. Okay, so you can just focus on these two energy centers and we'll practice forgiveness. Okay, so I want all of you to follow me. Just keep your hands like that. Okay, you can touch your heart, you can touch your crown, keep your hands like that. Think of someone who had hurt you in the past. Okay, let's do that later. Some of you may be getting angry. Okay, let's think about ourselves. Okay, you have done some mistake, right, in the past, all of us. There are certain people, when I ask this question, they say, no, as of my memory, I cannot remember any mistake I did. This is called as this is called as ignorance. Okay, so all of us would have done something mistake, knowingly or unknowingly. Maybe you said something bad to someone. Okay, so you may justify that what I said was correct, but still, you know, you have hurt the person. So let's try to remember that. Okay, so keep your hands like that. Be aware of your heart, your crown chakra. Now imagine yourself in front of you. Okay, mentally say, okay, I forgive myself. I forgive myself for all that I did in the past and all that I said or not said, did something or did not do or did not commit to my responsibilities or promises. I forgive myself for that. Or if you have a specific act, whenever you think about that, you get angry on yourself, you can think about that also. You can just say, okay, I forgive myself for that. And I have changed myself. I will not repeat those mistakes. I'm learning my lessons. I will evolve. I will continue to grow. I have changed myself. So I forgive myself. To the Supreme God, thank you for forgiving me. So be it. Thank you for blessing me with happiness, with good health, with success, with spirituality and prosperity. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be happy. I'm a good person. I'm changing myself. I love myself. And I forgive myself. So be it. Okay. Now let's think of someone who also has hurt you in the past. Okay. So think about this person. Be aware of your heart, your crown. Mentally say, okay, I forgive you. God's blessings of peace and love be with you. I forgive you. I have also done mistakes in my past and I have changed myself. So can you. We all are evolving, and evolving involves lots of mistakes. I have learned from my mistakes and I'm a better person now. So can you. May God bless you with greater sensitivity, greater love, greater compassion, and spirituality. May you be blessed, healed, and transformed into a better human being. God's blessings be with you. God's blessings be with me. Peace be with you and peace be with me. Go in peace. I release you. Okay, now gently put your hands down. Inhale and exhale. Now again, think about this person. Just observe how you feel mentally. Okay, you can slowly open your eyes. Do you feel something? I think some of you have felt that your heart is lighter now. Yeah, some of you will feel that, okay, I can see something good in this person also. I feel compassionate. If you feel that, you can actually type your experiences in the chat, people on the Zoom. Okay. Don't ask me questions about cards and all. I'll not talk about that. It's a public talk, so you can. So you just say whether you felt peaceful or not. That's it. Now, why is this important? Now, forgiveness is important for your sake. Sometimes people justify, why should I forgive? Okay, it is for your own good. Because if you hold on to these negative thoughts and negative emotions on certain people, your inner peace is destroyed. That person will continue to do what he does. Okay, so your way of seeing him, or your way of accepting things, or your ability to move on depends on your ability to forgive and let go. If you don't do this, you get stuck. Now, you don't have to do this you cannot forgive a person who has really hurt you in just one session. It's not possible. It's like a chronic disease. If you have an arthritis or a back pain, you cannot expect that one tablet will cure you. Okay, so this act of forgiveness has to be done every day for certain weeks or maybe certain months. So you continue to do this until you experience a sense of inner peace. Even when you think about this person, you should have inner peace, totally inner peace. Or maybe you see this person in some function or somewhere, you don't get recollection of the bad, things that happened in the past. So you start feeling that, okay, this person has done that, it's over, period. Until you get that feeling about this person, you have to forgive, forgive, forgive. So it can take weeks, it can take months also. Okay, again, coming back, why should you do this? It's for your own good. It's for your own good. Okay, do not expect that someone will be punished, because if you expect that, the same will come back to you. You will also be punished for whatever you have done. If you want to be forgiven, you have to forgive. And also, when you forgive, like you said, some of you felt that, you gave your feedback also, you said there is a sense of inner peace. Okay, so that is very, very important. So let's go back to the slides. Sorry about this. It keeps asking these questions. Okay, so let's go this. Okay, next.
Sorry,
People,
Vaibhav, is it possible to keep the phone in the other way so that the screen is bigger? A lot of people are saying they're having difficulty in reading.
okay.
So when you, yeah, this is
Is
much
this
better.
better?
Yeah, much better. Thank you so much.
Sorry. Yeah. So let's talk about this now. Now, what are the solutions? We were talking about that. So we finished forgiveness. So let's go to happiness is a choice. Happiness, sometimes people think that, no, your life is blessed, you're happy. I'm not having that. I'm not having this. Um, that's the problem. Happiness is basically a choice. It's not based on situation. It's not based on people. It's not based on anything. You can always still be happy with whatever you have. I remember, there is a story of Gandhiji, Mahatma Gandhi. There was this person who went to him with lots and lots of problems, and Gandhiji asked him, "Okay, do you have 2 meals a day?" And the person says, "Yes." And do you have a place where you can work? Yes. Do you have a house where you can sleep? Yes. Then he says, in India, there are many people who don't have 2 meals also, and there are people who don't have a house to sleep. There are many people who sleep in the road. Okay, so you have all these things, but you don't see them. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes, we don't see things that are already with us, and we decide not to be happy. Okay, so if you really want to be happy, you can always be happy. If you have a healthy body, you can always be happy for that. Because if you ask a sick person, what is it that you want the most? He says, oh, I have this heart pain, I want this to be fine. Or if you ask a back patient with a back pain, he says, oh, my back is so painful. You're lucky you have a healthy spine. So always try to compare yourself to people who don't have that. Okay, so happiness is a choice. It's not based on what people say about you, or it's not based on how much money you earn. So many things. So you can always be happy with whatever you have. And the same thing, take ownership. You should always take responsibility of your life and start doing things, or start fixing things, and start moving ahead. Okay, that is very, very important. So if you don't take responsibility, always blame life, always blame people, we get stuck. And based on law of attraction, there is something called as law of attraction. Okay, based on law of attraction, It says like things attract. Like things attract. In the physical world, it's different. Unlike things attract. But in the energy, like things attract. So when you're sad, when you're upset, you always get people with similar feelings. Okay. And when they get people with similar feelings, they will actually increase those feelings in you. Let's say you fought with someone in the morning, you went to the office. In the road also, you'll have a similar irritable situation. In the office also, someone does something. Sometimes we wonder why the whole day is like this. I saw this person's face in the morning and the whole day became like this. So it's not that person's face that has spoiled your day. It's the thoughts or emotions that you experience that attract similar situations, similar people around you. Okay, so you have to take responsibility and you have to start changing that. Okay, so how to change that, we will talk about it with pranic healing techniques and meditation on twin hearts. When I'm talking about that, I'll tell you that. Okay, lastly, have a vision. I'll talk about pranic healing and meditation on twin hearts next in a while. Before that, I'll talk about having a vision. Always remember this. You should always do some kind of goal setting. Okay, you should have health goals. You should have financial goals. You should have relationship goals. You should also have spiritual goals. So when you have goals, you actually, your mind subconsciously, you start moving forward. Okay, otherwise, all of us, we have the tendency to look backwards. Okay, this was like this 10 years back. 10 years back, I was looking nice. Now I have put on weight. Okay, 10 years back, I was getting this much salary. Now it has reduced. So we always tend to connect that. So instead of looking at backwards, you always have vision or you always have targets for the next 5 years. Okay, so 5 years from now, how you want to look like. Okay, it could be your appearance, it could be your health. If you have a disease, let's say you have a back pain or a neck pain, you should target, okay, 2 years from now or 3 years from now, this back pain should not be there. Or if you want to be fit, you can say that, okay, in the next 1 year, I'm going to lose these many kilos. That is a health goal. Okay, what is financial goal? Financial goal is you should goal aim for saving money. It's not spending money. Okay, you should actually have savings. You can always target like, I want to save money that will be sufficient to lead a life for 3 years without income. That's an interesting goal to have. In fact, many people who have financial crisis now because of the COVID situation did not have this type of goal. They never saved. What happened? 1 month, 2 months, the whole business closed because they did not save money. They did not have financial goals. Whatever came, they just started spending and investing somewhere. It all got stuck. So you can have a goal that you will save for 3 years money. So you just save so that you can live for the next 3 years without salary. Something like that. Or let's say 1 year without salary. So have a financial goal. Then let's say family goal. What is family goal? Family goal is where you improve your relationship with certain people. Let's say you don't have a good relationship with your mother-in-law or let's say a relative. So you have a goal that, okay, I will try to be nice to this person. At least I'll be in a talking terms. Right now you may be not talking to each other. You can have an intention that, okay, I will fix this. Or maybe you can target that, okay, I will give more time to my family so that I'll improve my relationship. Something like that. So that's a family goal. Then coming to spiritual goal, you can also think that, okay, I will do something for my spiritual growth also this year. Let's say I will learn pranic healing course, or let's say I will learn meditation and I will do this meditation for these many days, something like that. So that's a spiritual goal. So once you have these objectives, you write it down. Okay, you write these goals, write it down on a paper and stick it on your wall. In your bedroom wall, you stick it. So what happens every day when you get up, you look at that. You look at that and you always answer to yourself, am I going towards that goal or am I going deviating somewhere else? So the moment you start feeling that you're deviating somewhere else, you need to pull yourself back and say, okay, I will do this. Let's say you ate too many outside food, every day gobi manchuri or pani puri, and you look at your health goal, you want to lose 10 kilos this year. Is the pani puri helping me? No, so maybe I should stop doing that. Okay, so always look at your goals and you will move ahead. Okay, instead of saying, oh, 10 years back or 5 years back, my waist was just 30 inches and now it has become 38 or 40. Okay, instead of saying that, you tell that, okay, in 2 years, I will be at least, my waist will be at least 32 inches or 30 inches, something like that. So you target and you look at that always. Yeah. So don't look at your past, look at your future, have a vision. Now let's talk about pranic healing. This is a very interesting subject. Now, if you see the picture of yogis, saints, or of any religion, okay, any religion, the paintings, you will see a kind of light around the head area. Have you seen that? Have you observed that? Yeah. So this light, people call it as halo. Okay. So don't think that the painters are writing that just to give you a kind of special effect or to make the prophet look nicer or the avatar look brighter or something like that. No, this light exists all around the body. Of course, around the head it's bright, but it exists all around the body. Okay, so this kind of body of light is also called as aura. Okay, in many books they call it as aura or bioplasmic body or etheric body or the body of light. So this body of light exists for all people, animals, and creatures, everything. Okay, everything has an energy body. Now, scientifically, the existence of energy body was proved in the year 1939 by a Russian scientist. His name was Dr. Simon Kirlian. He actually developed a photography technique that can actually capture people's energy. So this bioplasmic or etheric body is coexisting with your physical body. Okay, so this energy body or energy field, what we call as, it is inside your body and it is extending outwards. Okay, so these two bodies, they coexist and they influence each other. They influence each other. For example, if you have a headache, the corresponding aura around the head area will be dark. Okay, in this picture it's bright, so the person is healthy. So the person, if he has a headache, it will be dark. Okay, and vice versa. If the person always gets angry, gets stressed up, the aura becomes grayish or dark red or something like that, dark colors, and that will affect the person's health. That will affect the person's health. So if you see the next slide, something like this. So the aura has become dark. So the thoughts and emotions and certain habits can actually make the aura dark. And because of that, it leads to diseases. It leads to diseases. So it's an extremely important thing to clean the aura. Okay, so people who actually get stuck with the past, they have kind of repetitive thoughts in the aura. So it exists in the form of energy. So these kinds of energies will pull the person down. Whenever the person closes his eyes, sits for meditation, these energies will haunt. They will come back in the mind. It's just like sometimes when you have some kind of virus in the computer, it pops up. Suddenly you're seeing something, suddenly the pop-up comes. So something like that. So these thought forms, they come back and they keep disturbing. So the person tries to divert his mind, tries to do something else, again it comes back. Okay, so this has to be removed energetically. Otherwise, it becomes extremely difficult to come out of this. Okay, there are many authors, there are many books. They talk about positive thinking, do that, do this, and all that. Yeah, it helps. I'm not saying it doesn't help. But if you go to the root of these problems, which lies in the energy body, the solution is faster. The solution is faster. So you should know how to remove that. So how is it done? So there are simple steps in pranic healing. Okay. There are two basic steps in pranic healing. Okay. Number one is called as cleansing. Let's say this guy has a knee problem. So there's accumulation of dirty energy in that area. So in pranic healing, the healer tries to remove that. Okay. So after removing that, he starts filling the affected area with healthy energy. So when we do that, the person starts feeling that, okay, I no longer feel that, or maybe that uh, sadness or that fear or that addiction has reduced. Okay, so when a healer does that repeatedly on the person's aura, they can actually feel the difference. They feel that, oh, now it is much better. Okay, so basically in pranic healing, we try to remove that dirty dirty things in the aura, and we charge it with healthy energy. Okay, so sounds strange, right? For some of you. For pranic healers, they know that, okay, this works, but people who have not studied pranic healing, they feel that, okay, this I don't really, understand this. Let's try to experience that, because experiencing is believing. Okay, so we'll do something about that. Okay, so among you, if any one of you have a minor pain, discomfort in the body, you can volunteer. You can raise your hand, or you can just okay, Tina Bose, please put your hand down. You're a pranic healer, because we cannot see other people raising their hands. So if I want people who are non-pranic healers.
She had raised her hand a lot earlier. Yeah, a non-pranic healer, someone who's not a pranic healer and would like to experience the effect of energy. Anuradha Ramesh.
Anuradha Ramesh, tennis elbow. I think she's a pranic healer. Just ask.
Are you a pranic healer? Anuradha, are you a pranic healer? Just 1 week back. Anyone else who's not a pranic healer?
Anuradha, can you please tell whether you have learned pranic healing or not?
She said yes, just 1 week back she's learned.
She learned?
Her answer is yes, just 1 week.
Okay, she has done pranic healing course. Okay, so who is Sripada?
Mridula Rao, anyone who's not a pranic healer. Please give us someone who's not a pranic healer.
Bharat. Okay, Sripada, who is Sripada? Can you just say whether you're a pranic healer or not?
Mridula Rao says she has sciatica pain in her right leg. Shall we take her?
Mridula is she is a pranic healer or not?
Could you please answer if you're a pranic healer? No, she's
No, I'm not. Okay, Mridula, we'll take Mridula as the volunteer. Can you spotlight her video for me?
I'm just kidding. Mridula, can you switch on your video, please? Because he'll need to see you. There she is.
Okay, thank you, Mridula. Just a minute. Can you unmute yourself? Can you speak?
I'll have to unmute her. Just a minute. Can you speak, Mridula?
You can unmute. You can unmute. Just press that mic. This thing.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. Hi, Vaibhav.
Hi, Mridula. Yes.
एक्चुअली मुझे बहुत दिनों से साइटिका पेन है और कभी एक्सरसाइज करती तो ज्यादा बढ़ जाता है वो.
ओके.
इसका कुछ
लोअर बैक में दर्द है क्या?
लोअर बैक नहीं होता है, जैसे साइटिका के पीछे एक पूरा लेग पे एक नर्व जाती है, वो दुखती रहती है राइट लेग.
Right now also do you have?
Yeah, I have.
So in a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is your pain?
5.
Okay, can you feel it? Just sitting there, you can feel that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so just keep your arms open, don't cross your legs. Okay, just mentally say, I willingly accept the healing.
And your tongue to the palate.
Yeah. Okay, just relax. So what I'm going to do now to Mridula is I'm going to clean that affected part. Whatever she was telling, it goes to the right leg. So from the spine to the right leg. So I'm just cleaning that area. It's around your hip area, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just cleaning that. Now I request all the audience not to imitate me, because this requires training. Okay, don't try to do all these things when you see someone sick. So it needs training, and after that you can do this. Okay, so for some of you this looks funny because I'm just moving my hand somewhere, and how does that affect Mridula? So my answer is, we are living in a world of wireless. Yeah, so there are smart TVs that have come where you just move your hand and they just change the channel. Even if smartphones, you move your hand, they click the photo of you. Okay, so many things can happen without a touch. So pranic healing is a no touch, no drug therapy, which involves transference of prana for healing and wellness. So currently what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to remove all the dirty prana in Mrudula's right hip area. Okay. Yes, pranic healing is a new age technology, but actually it's very, very ancient. In the past, people were doing that. It was not revealed. Mrudula, how are you feeling now?
Much better.
In a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you feel now? Earlier it was around 5, no?
Just a second now. Oh my God.
What happened?
Almost gone. It's almost gone.
So I've just cleaned that area. Just a minute. Just wait. It's not yet done. So after cleaning, what we do is we charge energy or we project prana to the affected part. Now, if I give my energy to Mrudula, then I'll have to borrow some energy from Nina. So I don't give my energy to her. So what I do is I absorb energy from one of my hands, and with my other hand, I transfer energy to that area. Okay, Mrudula, just say, I accept the healing energies.
I accept the healing energy.
Okay, now you check. Can you check now?
Yeah, it's totally gone.
Fantastic.
Oh
Thank you,
my
Mrudula.
God.
Thanks for participating.
Thank you so much, Vaibhav.
Thank you.
Right.
Okay, so this is the effectiveness of pranic healing. Now, I don't say that she may be completely cured in one session. Maybe if these sessions are repeated, over a period of time, she'll be completely out of that. So if with just one session of few minutes, it's faster than a painkiller. With few sweepings and energizing, you saw how effective it is. So pranic healing can be used to actually remove certain things that in our mind also that we are stuck to. So once those thoughts are disintegrated, you start feeling better. Yeah. So that's one of the techniques. The next technique I'm going to talk about is called as twin hearts meditation. So I'll just do the screen sharing again. Oh, again it has. Okay, so we'll talk about twin hearts meditation. Yeah. We all know that physically we have only two hearts, right? So what is the second heart? Yes, we are talking about chakras. Okay. Now, if you see these movies, they say, "From my heart, I love you." All these dil and all that. You have heard that, right? Most of the songs that are connected to love is saying that from my heart, I love you and all that. So how is heart connected to love? If you ask a medical doctor, how is heart connected to love? They say, no, 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 that's all movies. It's not true. Heart only pumps blood. We all know that. Then why do we connect heart to love? Because we have an energy center in the energy body. We have energy center, which is called as heart chakra. The heart chakra is the center of love. So for people who actually have a developed heart chakra, they experience lots of love. They experience peace. They experience kindness. They feel that they should help people. So that's why we say that, okay, this person is very helpful. He has a big heart. Have you heard that? In the local language, we say them, bade dil wale. If someone's heart becomes big physically, that's called as cardiomegaly. That's a heart disease. Okay, so when you say big heart, doesn't mean that the person has a physically big heart. So when the heart chakra is more developed, the person experiences love. Okay, so one of the techniques to let go of the past is to develop your heart so that you become more peaceful and loving. The other chakra we are going to talk about is the crown chakra, which is on top of the head. Okay, so this chakra in Sanskrit is also called as the Sahasrara chakra. So the crown chakra is the center of universal love. Okay, you feel love and bliss and happiness towards more people, towards the whole world. Heart chakra is the center of personal love, but the crown chakra is the center of universal love. So when you have a developed crown chakra, you start doing something for others. Okay, so this is extremely important. When you start giving, instead of, when there is something called as abundant mindset. When you get into an abundant mindset, you start depending, you stop depending on people for love, for happiness, and things like that. Instead of depending, you start giving, because you realize that giving gives you more happiness. If someone asks, why do you do all these things? It's because that gives you happiness. Okay, it's just the way you are. And once you start realizing this, the way you look at things will be very, very different. You love a person because you love this person. That's it. That person loves you, not love you, that is up to him. Okay, instead of a receiver, you start becoming a giver. So the chakras need to be developed. And also in this meditation, we become instruments of God, and we allow that energy to pass through us, and we bless the whole world with peace, with love, with the spirit of forgiveness, with hope and faith. So there are many things. So this is a beautiful meditation. It's a guided meditation by Master Choa Kok Sui. So Master Choa guides us through this meditation. Now, sometimes people say that, oh, I cannot do meditation because I close my eyes, a lot of thoughts will come. So in this meditation, you don't have to worry about that, because it's a guided meditation. Continuously, you'll be guided to do certain things. And all you have to do is just follow the instructions. This meditation takes just about 20 minutes time. Very simple meditation, very powerful meditation. In fact, this meditation, due to this lockdown, the foundations have authorized various people to conduct this online. So you can actually join Twin Hearts meditation online, conducted by many instructors. Even Nina, she does this meditation online. So if you're interested, you can always get in touch with her. She will send you the meditation link. You can join the meditation and you can do it. And not only that, this meditation is available throughout the day at different hours. I think the World Pranic Healing website has those details, and in different languages also. If you're comfortable in your own language, you can check if that language is available. You can do that also. So this meditation helps you to flush out all old garbage, because when a lot of energy passes through you, the old negative thoughts and negative emotions that is stuck in your aura gets flushed out. Okay, it's like a pipe is stuck with something. You you force water into it with a high pressure, it flushes out the blockages, something like that. So a lot of energy, when it comes down through you, it disintegrates and removes the old thought forms. Also, it is in giving that you receive. We all understood that law of cause and effect, or what we call as law of karma. So in this meditation, because you're blessing the whole world with peace, love, abundance, prosperity, these things will come back to you. So it's a beautiful meditation that all of you should actually try once. If you are not yet done, please do it. People have already learned this meditation. I strongly suggest that you do this regularly, and you can see how your emotions shift from from sadness to happiness, from being a receiver all the time to becoming a giver all the time. From connecting yourself to the past, you'll be more goal oriented. From pessimism to optimism. So there will be a kind of transformation that happens over a period of time. It's like going to a gym. You just go to gym once, nothing happens. You have to go regularly. So in the same way, if you can dedicate about 20 minutes to half an hour in your day, your life can change. Okay, so that is about Twin Hearts meditation. For more information on Twin Hearts or Pranic Healing, you can also log on to worldpranichealing.com. You can search for your local city. You will get the list of authorized centers and licensed Pranic Healing instructors. There you can actually join the Pranic Healing courses. And also, if you want more details, you're always free to contact Nina. Nina is the one who hosted this session. Or I am also there on Facebook. You'll find me as Vaibhav B. You can find my profile. So you can always get back to us later, and we are there to answer all your questions. So with this, I think we have completed 1 hour. Okay, I'll just stop sharing this.
I just put in the chat, I put the link to the worldpranichealing.com page, where you
Yes.
can see you will find all the meditation on Twin Heart links happening. You can choose your timing, you can choose your language if it's there. I'm just going to share the screen for a moment. So I conduct this meditation Mondays to Fridays at 8:35 a.m. You can take a picture of this and you're welcome to join us. Anyone above the age of 16 can join in. We're doing it Monday to Friday, and this schedule will continue till the 31st of July. So you can just take a screenshot of that. You're very welcome to join in. You're welcome to invite other people to join in. Some places have opened up the pranic healing workshops. Many cities have not opened them yet, but you can at least start by joining in for the meditation. And as soon as the classes open up, you can go and take up a class if you haven't done that yet, and learn how to heal the way Vaibhav just did in a few minutes. It's pretty easy. And again, the classes are open to anyone above the age of 16. So that's that. For more information or to stay updated, you can stay updated. We are there on Facebook, we are there on Instagram, and you're welcome to just stay updated. Contact us for any other information. So,
Thank you so much, Nina, for hosting these sessions regularly. It's definitely very helpful for many people. Please remember, and this is available on Facebook also. If you want to rewatch, you can again go back. You can see the video again. If you have certain things that you didn't understand, you can go back and see. Also, if you liked it, please share it with your friends. You can share this Facebook video on your walls. All your friends will be able to see that, and it will benefit more people. Okay. So once again, on behalf of Nina, myself, and the foundation, I thank all of you for joining this session. Have a great evening. Goodbye.
thank you, Vaibhav. Thank you for taking out the time. Thank you, everyone. Like Vaibhav said, you can share, you can invite others. You can also put in comments and questions on the Facebook page so that Vaibhav and I can see them and respond to them there as well. All right. So thank you again. Have a pleasant evening. God bless everyone. Namaste.